I hope you're having a wonderful, beautiful day. And don't forget, everything's going to be all right. My favorite, Bob Marley. So, anyway, I have a special guest today. Actually, it doesn't have anything to do with crypto, but we are doing some crypto together. But the main focus is Dre Montez, and I am honored to have him here. He is one of the nicest people I've ever met. Not to mention good looking and a wonderful voice. I could listen to him forever. But he has two shows of his own. He is an icon in St. Louis, and he has Who's to Blame and Montez at Midday. So he broadcasts all in different places, and I was honored to be on his show. We were in an RV.
Yes, that was fun.
Wasn't that
That was
fun?
a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
So I was honored to be on a show with my friend Julie Price. She's an amazing person too. But I'd like to introduce to you. As I said, I'm honored and pleased and so thankful that you could be here to tell us a little about your story, your shows, and they can get a better idea how awesome you are.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Carla. It's an honor to be here on your show. Appreciate it. That was a lot of fun on my podcast with Julie and yourself when they're talking about cryptocurrency, the intro to it. But we'll get into that a little bit later. But about me, I'm from St. Louis. Like a lot of people, everybody's from here. You leave, you learn a little bit. Thank you, United States Navy. But in that process, I developed a passion and figured out how to get into that, being the world of sports. You know, if you can't play it professionally and get paid for it, why not talk about it?
Exactly.
So I figured out a way to do that, and I was thankful enough to enjoy a 15-year career in sports talk radio. It started in Charlotte, North Carolina, ended here in St. Louis. But in that, the transition happened. It's like going from 8-track and cassette into disc. Now disc is in the digital play. So it's been a transition and a growing process. So going with the new, which was podcasting, when it first came out, a little bit like crypto.
Yes.
Nobody know, everybody's hearing about it, but what the hell is this?
Exactly.
What is this podcasting thing? And got into it and getting more and more acclimated with it, and a little bit more familiar, and having the ability and the know-how to now go out and travel with it, meaning I can take it to different places and bring different experiences to people to actually see a live podcast or to bring awareness to your business or your product or even yourself. Because
I get to be in
interviewing.
it.
Yeah.
That was great.
That's a part of the live stream, Montez at Midday, which I just started that about a year ago. Not quite a year yet, but we're almost there, a year with that. And that airs Monday, Wednesday, and Friday through Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube as well. And that's just a 20-minute to a half-hour show. Just like the podcast, Who's to Blame? That's a 20-minute to a half-hour show. That's the difference. You learn in the beginning when you're doing a podcast, like, how long should my show be?
Right.
But the analytics show you. If you're into podcasting and want to get into it, just look at your analytics. It tells you how long your listeners are there or when to bring up that hot topic of conversation. It shows you all that if you follow along with. If you don't know how to do that, there are videos out there that show you how to read the numbers that are in podcast. It's out there for you to check out, as well as your live stream.
Yes.
So that's about it right there with me, and it's been a fun ride. I love podcasting, meeting new people, and going to new places. It's a lot of fun.
Well, of course it is. And one of the things that we love about it is we never know when we're in Soulard. That's the neighborhood that we live in. I live in. Dre's from there, and he moved to South City.
Yeah.
Okay, we're all in the area, and he'll be either broadcasting or he's out and about. And because I met you one time down at Henry's.
Yeah.
You were doing a live podcast.
Yeah, Henry's used to be one of my sponsors a
Okay.
few years ago. But
Yeah.
like now I have a few sponsors in Soulard. If you're ever in Soulard, you can stop by Hammerstones. You can stop by 9th Street Deli at Howard's, Great Grizzly Bear, in the Wood Shack. You can
Yes.
also do that.
Yes, and that's what I love about it because he just moves around. And one of my passions is to support small business owners. Okay, whether you have a mobile unit, whether you have a brick and mortar store, if you have an online store, America was built on small business
Yes, it
owners.
was.
And I'm going to do everything in my power that I can to support the good people that I know that are business owners, like the Woodjack, like Great Grizzly Bear.
Yeah.
Holy Crow in a Bucket, Hammerstones,
Yeah.
Ninth Street Deli. Now that's pretty new compared to Hammerstones
Yeah.
and Grizzly.
Staples in the neighborhood.
Yeah, man. Thank God they're still there.
But to get your foot in the door, you need that connection. You need that familiarity.
Yes.
You need that word of mouth more than anything. And that happens through small business marketing. They don't have the big dollar as the bigger
Right.
companies and the well-known names as we do. But we try to get them synonymous with those names by being more supportive of them doing whether it's the small events they're doing to the mid-sized events.
Right.
But that help goes a long way. And that's one of my things I like doing my podcast and live stream. I go after the mom and pop, the small business, the local business before the chain.
Yes.
Because the chains can go anywhere, but that small connection, you get to know each other. You can ask about each other's family members and how the business is doing. You can test out the new product or the new food item that they got coming on. They throw you ideas. How you think this is going to go here? Because you have that relationship, that close-knit relationship.
Community.
Other than when you're going with a bigger corporation. They're not
Right.
going to know who you are.
Nah.
They just know you're the person in the green shirt or the orange shirt.
Yeah. Or the purple hair.
Yeah.
Making a statement, right?
You got to do that, though. You got to make a statement for yourself. You got to make a name for yourself some kind of way.
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
all kind of there's the way that you were taught when you were going through school, when you were going through your business class on how to start a business, how to keep a ledger, all that. We know that way. But then there's a way you learn how to do it. Then there's a way that's acceptable today. And you get acclimated with all those, but it takes time to get to that point.
It's a learning
Yeah,
process.
it takes a long time. It doesn't happen overnight.
No.
It doesn't happen overnight.
And the good things don't happen overnight.
No.
It's a process, as my friends in Canada say. It's a process, Carla.
It definitely is a process.
But it's great. It's a learning one, and we learn the good things and the bad things. But the thing is that you're not a quitter. I'm not a quitter. I like to move forward and get to the place where that community is built, and the sense of loyalty, where we support each other, because a lot of that's been lost in the transition of with what's been going on. And for us to band together and support each other as small business owners, or just be people that, I mean, I don't consider myself a small business owner. I guess I am, but these people have physical places. They have to pay rent. They have to, people have to go through their door.
Right.
So when we come in and we start just basically advertising or supporting them, we're giving, it's a hand up. Not a handout, it's a hand up. And we want everybody, the good people that we know, we want to give them our support. And that's why I love and appreciate you so much. And of course, you know that all the businesses in Soulard that support you,
Right.
love you,
Yeah.
and appreciate you.
It goes both ways. That's a great knit. Everybody looks at Soulard as a party town and all this. There's another side to Soulard.
The neighborhood.
Yes, that neighborhood side is very, very close-knit, very cool, and very informative and straightforward. Mm-hmm. They will tell you, they give you that uncomfortable conversation that you need to have. That's the beauty of it, of living in Soulard.
Isn't that like what they call, man, it's all getting old. I don't know.
Advice?
The criticism that is, it's not criticism per se. It's just talking
know-how.
to you, the know-how, talking to you in a way that it's not offensive. It's like, hey, did you ever think about doing this? Or,
Right.
this might be a better, because you personally, constructive criticism. I am all for it because you have more experience than I do. I just want to help people in the crypto industry and in the small business owners that we have. And I've been in a trade exchange. I was in a trade exchange for 14 years with 500 small business owners.
Wow.
Okay. And the community that we built with that trade exchange was stellar. I mean, it was just a tight knit group, but we also sent cash paying business to them, but we also did trade. So, yeah, it's amazing what little things that you can do when you're in a network or a community to edify, uplift, or promote somebody in everyday conversation.
Okay.
Well, if you see a good movie, what do?
I write notes down.
And you tell people
I
about it.
tell people about
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I
You know,
definitely tell people about it.
and
But I
I-
don't give it all away.
No, you got to have do a little
I tease
teaser.
them a little bit. Because I've watched like 3 movies here lately. I got some. I watched that CDM movie where everybody's deaf in the movie with Marley Matlin, except the daughter. The husband and wife are deaf, and the son, except the daughter. It's a phenomenal movie.
Isn't she great?
Oh yeah.
I love her.
And the movie is just for a first time this young lady has done a singing role. Her singing lessons was 19 hours of straight recording, and they used it in the movie.
Oh my gosh.
It's a phenomenal movie. Phenomenal movie.
Okay,
And then I just saw
you
the
sold me.
Alanis Morissette documentary last night. Jagged.
Oh, I love her.
I learned so much about her.
I know, but isn't it great? Don't you love? I love autobiographies or biographies. The History Channel on biographies is one of my
I
favorite.
get caught up. It's like watching Law and Order on a Sunday if it's raining outdoors.
And you
I'm
can't
boom,
do
boom. I'm watching it all day. I'm locked in now. You got me. What Elliot gonna do now?
Damn Elliot, man, you never know what that dude. Yeah, but I get it. So yeah, but it is, and a lot of things that we do are addicting. Okay, I have an addictive personality. I would love to, and I get addicted to promoting people and sharing information, good information, and I don't think that's a bad addiction at all. I mean, they told me to shut up sometimes, but it's okay.
I've learned since COVID, and all these stories are captured in different ways, and different live streaming services come out to help people, whether they're a podcast or a live stream. But you're starting to hear this thing here. You're not the only one anymore.
Right.
There's someone out there that thinks the same way that you do about something, or feels the same way, have that inclination or that theory or that thought process. Or wait a minute, I'm not a conspiracy theory person here, but wait a minute, I'm not the only one thinking this anymore.
Thank you.
So that's what that lockdown, shutdown brought out. But now we're to the point now. Okay, let's figure out how we're going to do this now. We're going to listen to that person, not. We're going to keep listening to this group. Or how can we get it the right way that the people can hear it the right way? That's what we need to figure out more than anything. Because right now it's all over the place.
Well, I know, and it's ridiculous because, see, I admire and thank my parents. I was brought up in a community where it was so diverse. I didn't know that there was any difference. I didn't know. You don't know what you don't know. And a lot of things that we know, we were taught.
Right.
Okay? And when you grew up, I mean, I was like...
I grew up in that era where everybody could whoop your ass that was an adult. Versus to the 90s kids, don't you put your hand on my kids. Where did that get our kids today? See?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
Oh, yeah.
When a village is raising a child, when a village is watching a child, there's a big difference, as we are seeing right now.
Right.
Right now.
Well, yeah. It goes back to everybody in the beginning, in 1776, when the country started, had a mentor. The girls had a lady that they worked with on skills that were either, in the household or the
They
the
prepared
knitting.
you for adulthood.
Yes, they did, but they gave you
prepared you to take care of yourself
and
others.
the community, because everybody and the child that you mentored wasn't your child. Okay, it was somebody else. I mean, it was just. That's another thing too for history, Benjamin Franklin and the people how things were then, because there's a lot of respect.
Right.
A lot of respect for people.
So we need to bring that word back too. Respect.
Uh-huh.
We've lost that word. Gone.
Yeah.
It's gone. But that's what I try to do on my show. I try to just talk about the good things. Like I used to be the one, if something happened to an athlete in a bad way, I would talk about it. I haven't done that in 2 years.
Good. I'm glad.
I talk about you're going to read about that good stuff all day. But let me tell you about the good that's going on with this particular sport or this athlete at this moment. Because there's always something going on. Some things they tell us about and some things we do not know about.
Right.
And I learned that in my first years in radio, meeting entertainers and athletes that are doing things that nobody knew about.
Right.
They do this
They're
all the time,
nonprofits.
but nobody was talking about it. If it's not making negative news, they're not going to push it across the board.
And that's where I think our biggest mistake is. Because there's a lot of good things out there that the sports people and entertainers that are doing for the good. I mean, when Elizabeth Taylor started her campaign on AIDS, okay, Oh, heaven forbid, nobody talked about it.
Nobody.
Nobody. And
They weren't ready for it at that time.
nobody's usually ready.
They're not. It's there though. They're just not listening.
But yeah, they don't want to know. Okay.
They're not
But
listening.
yeah. Well, you know how some people have selective hearing, like when you're married.
Oh, that's a thing. That's a thing. I'm 4 times in. That's a damn thing. I listen when I want to. You didn't hear me calling you, Dre? Nope, I ain't hear nothing.
It's the truth. It's like all of a sudden this switch goes off, and you're like, "Would you?" Oh, yeah. And you're going, "What'd you say to me? You didn't hear me?" And I'm like, "I didn't hear him. I don't know what's wrong with me."
There's a sports commercial. This baseball umpire is getting yelled at, and his face is not changing at all. And the overlay in the commercial is like, how does he handle this? And it goes his home life. His wife is giving him the business.
I know, it's amazing what you adapt to, because I had that little switch when people would start yelling and screaming at me or in a negative kind of tone or whatever. It just went boop, and my brain went somewhere else. And I'm not out of disrespect, but you got to understand they're disrespecting me.
Yeah.
So that switch just went boop.
Yeah, that's what the commercial's for. Talk to me when the commercial comes on.
Yeah.
But now I'm in the commercial, so I don't know when to talk right now.
But yeah, and so you grew up in St. Louis. You were in the Navy for 15 years.
No, I was in the Navy from '89 to '97.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a nice haul.
Yeah, it was a learning experience. This past Veterans Day, I talked about this on my show. By the way, if you haven't been to the Veteran Memorial downtown St. Louis, do yourself a favor and go. That was well spent money. It's an amazing building. It's an amazing display, and it's for our servicemen and women of this
It
country.
honors them.
And it shows you the work that was done. You had no idea. I don't want to spoil it for you, but St. Louis was heavily involved in a lot of things. And they added a whole lot of things to get you up to date as far as technology. But that is a great place. But I had the very fortunate opportunity of doing a very unique job in the Navy. I drove a boat back and forth to the Arizona Memorial in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. And I also gave a speech. So I'm talking to 4,500 people a day as my job.
Lord. That's how you got so good.
But that was you're meeting people from all walks of life in
Right.
Hawaii. I mean, everybody. I mean, you name it. I've met that person, race, nationality, whatever it may be. But I think that little experience there, being from St. Louis, from 14th and Shoto area, and moving it to the Grove area before it was the Grove, that right there, put that with the military, being 18 years old, that kind of built a little thick skin on how to handle things as you're getting older. Because that's a whole lot to gather and get through as you're coming up and doing things like that. But
I admire you and thank you for that.
it was fun. If it wasn't for the movie Taps, I don't know what would have happened. That movie made me join the military. If it wasn't for that damn movie, I ain't no telling what Dre would be at today. I don't know. Ain't no telling. That damn movie changed. I forged my dad's signature, got into the magnet school program, and went to Pruitt Military Academy. And the next is, boom,
History.
went to ROTC for a year, then graduated from Sumner High School and joined the Navy with my best friend.
There you go.
That was it.
That's awesome. A great journey.
Yeah, it was. Exciting journey.
Yeah, and it pretty much, isn't it amazing how everything that you do shapes you to the point where I think that everything that has happened to me, and I do believe in the power of the universe and God and all the positive entities, have shaped me to bring me to where I'm at today. I mean,
It's funny how people are always looking for what they should do or what they should be doing. It's been right in front of you the whole time. Let me tell you something crazy.
Go ahead, I'm ready.
In grade school, I was in this program where we went to the radio station on Saturdays to do a radio show mentored toward kids our age group through this program I was in. We were over there off of Taylor and Enright. We were in that vicinity over there.
Okay, I know where that is.
I went every Saturday to this little studio over there. That was the first sign about radio.
Uh-huh.
Then I get in the military, and I'm talking to people over the microphone. Still don't know what I should be doing. I'm still searching for answers. Then I get in the trucking industry. I'm talking on the CB. Still not getting it. It took me a long time to get it. You should be in radio. Let's give it a try. Give it a shot. and boom, did it.
And it's wonderful. And
Love
you're awesome. And the passion, okay?
That's
It's-
it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
If
And
you got to convince yourself to go to work, don't do it.
don't.
Don't do it.
Nope.
It's not worth it.
Nope.
But if you're excited about going to work,
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the financial aspect. I'm not talking about the perks.
Right.
I'm talking about just the job, just the work. If that excites you, keep going. It's only going to get better. And I used to always imagine myself, what are they talking about when I met people that say, I love my job, I love my job? What? There's a thing?
Yeah.
And then when I finally got to that point, oh my goodness, you see colors you never seen before. And being legally blind, that's a big thing to me.
Oh, yeah.
And then you hear things that you've never heard before when you're in a happy place called a work or a job.
Right. When it's your life is in sync. I mean, things happen and there's good things and bad things. But when the bad things happen, it doesn't create any drama or
No.
feelings in my life of negativity because
It can't
I'm
affect
in
my
a
aura.
good space. Thank you.
Can't affect my aura.
No, it can't. It can't touch me. It's like, oh well, and I'm being content and happy and keep moving forward because I always learn. I don't know about me in radio, but I do like the venue that I can touch people. I can bring you on. You're such a marvelous person, and who knows who needs to hear what we're talking about today.
You never know. You never know. That's why I talked about this the other day on my show. You ever been going through something, you haven't spoken out loud, you've kept it to yourself. You may go on a walk, but on that walk, you see something, you hear something that's connected to what you've been keeping to yourself. You haven't spoken to existence. You haven't said nothing out loud about it. It's been on your mind, whether good or bad or process. But something happens. Then you get home, a commercial might come on, a song,
Same
a
thing.
quote. You could be reading an article and something to jump out on you on that page like, wait a minute now. Why is all this? It's like the Siri of your mindset. Mm-hmm. It's listening to everything, whether you say it out loud or not, and it's presented to you in a way that if you on point and in sync and that aura's right, you're going to catch all the signs and put it together. You're going to slide this, slide that, and make all them puzzles come together, and it's going to make sense to you.
Yeah, I know. It's
And
a beautiful
I see
thing.
more of that now than I ever have in my 30s or my 40s.
Things are different. Okay, things happened that we didn't realize, but as I look back on my life, those signs, those things that were happening, I got it.
You got it.
I got it. But I never realized how much and how important when I calmed myself and I opened my mind and I was willing to receive just whatever was brought to me, how it all came together and fit that puzzle. The puzzle's a beautiful thing. Still, I have a couple pieces missing, but the puzzle itself is a work in progress.
Oh, the pieces are there. You just haven't. You don't see them yet.
Yes.
Because you're blocking it out. When you don't block it out and you just allow it to come in. I'm not talking about all the energy.
Right.
Now, that's a different story.
Yeah.
But when you let that right energy come in, and you know when it's the right energy, you can see all the. It's like it's all laid out.
And it has been.
Yeah.
And you just didn't get it.
You just got to walk around and figure out how to move that puzzle piece because it's right there. You got to turn it this way. That it's like when you were a kid. You trying to put the rectangle in the circle with the hammer. That don't fit. Go get the other one. It's the pieces are here.
Yeah.
That belong there.
Yeah.
You got to figure out which one's going there.
It's kind of like taking a round peg and trying to fit it in a square hole when they were talking about personalities and stuff. And it's like, are people that are different.
There are.
Okay, you can't.
I say that every day.
I learn differently than other people. I learn differently. I'm not normal. Okay, but I don't know what normal is.
See,
okay,
we can't say
what
that
I
no
do.
more.
Okay,
I'm not normal. That person ain't right.
I don't know. Right.
We all fit.
We're
something.
supposed to be who we are.
We can't all be alike.
No,
or the
hell no.
same.
Can you
That'd
imagine
be
how
crazy.
boring that would be?
I would not want to see a world of me.
Me either. Oh Lord. Holy crow in a bucket.
Oh my God.
Oh.
I couldn't take it. Oh wow. No.
And they call
couldn't
me
take it.
crazy for a reason, okay? No. I agree.
See, that's how I feel about my podcast and my shows. Everyone that does a podcast or a live stream, has something to bring to the table. There's no doubt about it. Everybody is doing a sports show. Everybody does a sport. There's nothing wrong with that. But here's my thing. We can both watch E.T. together. I guarantee you we both get something different out of that movie.
Yep.
And that's how I feel about sports. I can watch a Cardinal game from the beginning to the end. I'm not looking at the same thing you're looking at.
Right.
I'm looking at sports a totally different way than anybody.
Your way.
Like when I watch sports with the volume down, I'm looking for a different aspect from the game my way. I don't need you to tell me it's 3rd and 5 and he's dropping back, looking to his left and right. I can see that.
Right.
I can see that. I know where his head. I get all that.
Right.
But there's other parts that really get me.
Yeah.
The learning curve.
Yeah.
The toughness.
The strategy, the intensity,
evaluation.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Evaluation.
When these people that get paid millions of dollars to be wrong versus to hundreds of thousands of dollars, these guys getting paid to be right.
Right.
It's interesting to me when they're talking about, they have more data than anybody ever knows to talk about in a 2-hour show. They have more information on life itself. In their ear, on here, on the screen.
Oh, yeah. It's everywhere.
It's right there. They have all the information possible. That is fascinating to me on what I get out of that.
Right.
And try to put it in a way that I think is interesting because I usually do my show by myself.
Right.
I love talking to myself. I mean, it doesn't bother me.
I don't have a problem with it either.
It doesn't bother me to talk by myself.
Yeah.
At all. And there's no knock on people that do have people on their show. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But that's the way I get out of it.
Right.
Because I talk to myself when I'm watching sports, when I'm watching movies, when I'm watching award shows. I'm talking to myself.
I understand.
So why don't I talk to myself even more?
Right.
And expand upon it.
Right. And it's great because you get to see other people's. Nobody sees anything the same way. That's why we're all different.
No way possible.
And I just think that's wonderful because my son with baseball and the strategy and Mom, you just don't understand and oh my mom. And I'm like, okay, do you want to tell me? No, you won't, you just won't get it. And I'm like going, okay. I mean, no problem.
It's like the people that sell these books, buy my book. I can tell you how to make it rich. No, they're not. That book is not telling you nothing. You already know what to do. You look for somebody else to tell you. Mm-hmm. Do it yourself. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do it yourself.
There's principles that are out there that have been around forever.
That's it.
I mean, okay, and you open the Bible, and the principles that we're talking about that other men have recreated in different words, it's all there. I mean, it's amazing. It just amazes me. And everybody's writing a book. What did I ask you today?
Am I writing a book?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Because journaling is a little bit different. Okay, it's your thoughts on paper, and someday, I know my kids are going to find it interesting.
But I do want to write a book in honor of my grandmother. I lost my grandmother this past year after 95 years of a hell of a life she had. Great stories she told me. But I got into sports because of her. Listening to baseball through 11:20 a.m. as a kid, I thought of it as the people in the box. And that's what I'm going to title my book, The People in the Box.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's the story of how I learned about sports and radio from my grandmother. That's what I'm trying to put together.
That's awesome. That's a great tribute to her.
That's going to be to her.
But and that's a story.
Yeah, it's a heck of a story.
And I love stories.
Like I always tell people, I ask people this all the time. If you're into sports, why? Why is it your team? Why you wear that jersey? It's either their dad, their uncle, grandma, their aunt, a smell, remembrance. It's something on why you're into this, or it's something. You just don't wake up and say, oh, I'm going to be a Cardinal fan today. No, something did something.
Right.
And it pushed you over the edge. Because 1979 is when it all clicked into me like sports all the time.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what it was. It just, boom. Since 79, it's been
crazy. I
going.
mean, just when I was 6 years old, my dad's from Pittsburgh. Okay. And we went up to Pittsburgh, and they're crazy. They were crazy about football then, okay? I'm just saying straight up.
Terrible towel people.
The Sicilian people are nuts anyway, okay? When you get us all in a room, I got to yell and scream at the TV for the first time in my life, and we were all watching a Steelers game. And from that day until they disrespected a Ranger that came out, they're not my team anymore.
Oh, okay.
Okay? but I will tell you, that devastated me.
Got you.
You could not get me up. Terry Bradshaw, Franco Harris. I mean, grounds for divorce. My ex-husband knew I was a Pittsburgh fan when we got married. And who's he like? Flickman Cowboys.
Oh, my goodness.
In the 70s.
How did we make it this far?
I had to leave my house. He wouldn't let me watch the game with him in the house. I had 2 babies 11 months apart, and I had to leave the house because it was just not
Did you
good.
have to take the kids too?
No, the kids had to go.
Oh, man. That's
Oh my
harsh.
God. I'm just telling you because my team always won.
I told my dad this. I said if he'd have had the opportunity to watch NFL the way we watched NFL today with the NFL package, that many games on Sundays, I wouldn't be born. I wouldn't have been born.
Right.
I wouldn't have been born. If dads in the 70s had the NFL ticket the way we have it,
Yeah.
over 80% of us would not have been born.
Right.
Across the United States. I guarantee you that.
I
They've
remember
been watching football.
Right. I remember when Monday Night Football first came out. You have no idea.
That was a big ordeal.
It was Howard Cosell. Holy crow in a bucket. My son and his friends would go, "Can we come over and watch your mom watch football?" And it was like,
Holy crow in a bucket. I've heard it all.
Oh,
I've heard it all. I did a Franco Harris imitation when I was in grade school at Malamphy in 3rd grade. Here was the premise. I was interviewing another student who was going to be Tony Dorsett.
radio.
The curtains come open. I'm about to interview him. He runs off the stage. The whole school looking at me. I'm like, oh. So I just lose it. This is Howard Cosell. I'm coming to you live today from Jack Murphy Stadium. And I just got done talking to one and only Tony Dorsett. So I did the interview by myself in like 3 minutes, and I got off the stage. I was so embarrassed. I was like, why did you run off the stage?
Oh.
3rd grade, true story. Malamphy School on Southside, on Shaw. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what happened at.
Sports, I mean,
I was a Howard Cosell fan. The way he talked on Monday Night Football
and
and
really.
during the halftime show, oh, man.
I mean, it was like, okay, what's the guy? Harry Carey.
Oh, man, he was
Oh,
different.
heavens. You know. Okay, remember when you said your grandma?
Yes.
When I was little, my grandpa and I used to lay out on the porch, and they had a nice little cot. The radio was on, and my favorite thing to do was we would listen to the ball games together.
Oh, man, that's something else.
Okay, and my grandpa played for the St. Louis Browns.
I remember you did tell me that, yeah.
I have a St. Louis Browns shirt, and when he passed away, I couldn't watch or listen to baseball anymore. It was so weird. It was like
It's different.
It was like my life changed so much because of the connection we had. That everybody's like, "What happened to you?" I don't know. It's just not the same anymore.
But when I do listen to baseball, even though before she passed, I still listen to baseball on the radio.
I like to do that. I
When
like
I
to do
used
that
to
than
drive, I would
any
keep
other.
it on.
Yeah.
Even on the golf cart, I have the game on there. But, as she got older and I'm, listening to the game, I just think about those childhood moments.
Yeah.
She's in the kitchen sitting next to the game. She's either shaking her head or she's smiling like, what's on? The Cardinals doing good. They doing good. Or she'll get up and do that walk like she managing. What's wrong? They just make me so mad. Women baseball fans are the truest and the realest that they are. They let you really know how they feel. Whether it's good or bad.
They don't hold back.
They want you to listen.
Yeah. But, okay, now, since we did the sports in your sports podcast, I love it. I love it. It's amazing. Now you have a taste of Montel. I'm sorry. Yeah. No, Dre Montez. I know where Montel came
You
from.
thinking of Montel?
I love Montel.
You thinking of Montel, the TV show host, or Montel Jordan, the 6'9" entertainer?
I like them both, actually.
Okay.
But one of the guys I used to love on TV was Montel.
That's Montel.
Okay.
Yeah. Ex-Navy man, too.
My son was in the Navy too. Isn't that weird?
There it is.
But anyway, so because personality, charisma, you got it. I mean, it's just you exhume it for what people like when I listen to you, and I can just sit and not say a thing and listen to you, okay, and enjoy it. But I just,
Well, how come none of my ex-wives can say that? I could just sit here and listen to you all day, Dre.
I'm lucky to be old and graduated to a different place where there's a lot of times where I hear, Magnum had that little voice. I got this loud voice that says, "Be still and listen." And then finally it's like, "Shut up, Carla." So I've learned to sit there and keep my mouth shut.
I've gotten better at that as I get older. You're right about that. When you get older, you learn. When I was younger, 10, 15 years ago, no. You talking, I'm talking.
Well, I grew up in an environment where you couldn't talk because somebody else was always talking. And when you were trying to say something, there were 3 or 4 subjects ahead of what you were trying to say. And at that point, it was like,
we were on that a half hour ago. Where were you at? Well, I was back
why am I? Why? Yeah. Oh. It's like, you do not exist.
They have a funny way of telling you that, too. A funny way of telling you that.
So, but, oh, yeah. And your podcast that you stream live on Facebook, right?
The live stream on Facebook is Montez at Midday. That's Monday, Wednesday, and
that's
Friday.
the one we did, right?
Yeah, that's Montez at
in
Midday.
the RB. Okay.
And then Who's to Blame, the podcast. It's just audio only.
Okay. And do you have specific times?
No, I just post that every Wednesday on the podcast, Who's to Blame. But Montez at Midday, that's every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time.
Right. So we did it a little bit late the day we did it.
Yeah, that was 2 o'clock that day.
Yeah.
That was 2 o'clock.
So.
But no problem.
Yeah, I know. Don't you love flexibility?
That's the beauty of podcasting and live streaming. You can pretty much do it anytime you want, but if you have a time frame that you're stuck in and set in, there's no problem making adjustments. Just let your listening audience know.
All right. And how do you communicate with them?
Through social media.
Okay.
Emails, text messaging, get a few people that call, but normally through the social media platforms. Instagram,
Twitter.
Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. We're on TikTok now and YouTube.
What do you think about TikTok?
I like it from a marketing standpoint and from a comedic side. I don't really get into I don't do politics or religion, so I don't follow the groups that don't fit me.
Right.
I don't like videos or share videos that I'm not into. I don't do the violence.
Oh, yeah.
I don't do confrontation. If it's not making me laugh or smile and think positive about everything, why? Why at all? It's one of those things.
Uh-huh. We have a guest.
I like it, though.
Yeah. Well, that's cool because I just, like I said, I want to promote you. I love
Thank
the
you.
people. And as far as if there's any listeners out there that would like to advertise with Dre, email? You want to get, or you want to get?
They can just go to DreMontez.com and get a hold of me on there. All my contact information is on there. Go to www.DreMontez.com if you want to do some advertising, or maybe just want me to come out to your place of business and do a show, or you want to see what it's like, get a taste of it, get a feel. Let me know.
Good. And do you have boundaries, or can you go just about anywhere?
I pretty much go, because I have Belleville, Illinois. I have clients over there as well, in downtown Belle Vegas as well.
I love Belleville.
Downtown St. Louis, Soulard as well, and South City. So those little areas right there. I mean, I'm legally blind. I have a condition called LHON, Leber's Hereditary Optical Neuropathy. So I don't drive anymore. So everywhere I get around to is through Uber and Lyft. And I got my Lyft bill and Uber bill last month for the month of October.
Well, that's why I told you.
I got to make some changes. You know,
okay, I can
$1,700?
I can help you.
$1,700 in
crazy.
Uber and Lyft? Oh, man.
I'm not far from you.
I know.
You need to hitch a ride, man. I got that little
But
golf
still.
cart out there. That's what they call it.
Man, that is, and I don't go far.
I know.
I go to meetings Now I walk to the grocery store. I'm a little closer now. But I was doing an Uber Lyft to the grocery store, but now I walk. But I've cut down on the expenses. I've cut down big time since
Right.
October. Big time. Big time. You know, I'm not just catching Uber or Lyft just to be catching one. I'm actually going to a place, whether it's a meeting or to do a show or to check out something that I may end up working with a client with.
Right.
So I have to go to those things like that. And a lot of them have been pretty far out, or I don't like going out at nighttime because I really can't see. So
Well,
now
you
it's
always
dark early now.
I know.
So.
Oh, that kills me. I'm available. Anything that you need to, like in Soulard. Come on, think about it. I'm not that far. I love Aldi's. I'll go to Aldi's and come pick you up, and we'll go to a meeting.
Aldi's
Just-
needs a DJ in there because Aldi's the people. I love Aldi's too, but the people move too damn slow.
Oh, that's a
We
gross.
need to bring a
understatement.
DJ.
Hold on.
We need to bring a DJ
Yeah,
to the grocery store.
right.
Big time. Big time. Need to bring a DJ to the grocery store. Let's speed the people up, get a little pep in their step.
No, well, that's not going to happen, okay? One of the things I can tell you is I never go to, thank you, I never go to Aldi's in a hurry.
Oh, you can't. I never go to
Because-
the grocery store in a hurry.
I don't never go anywhere in a hurry anymore because it's a waste of time.
Hurry
I got
up
too
and
many
wait.
other people that get their panties in an uproar. They don't need my help. I mean, I can stand there and laugh. I'm like, oh, Lord, have mercy. I'd be like going, hey, are you kidding me? Right? You take one extra second to stop, like, you're like, chill. Okay.
It's wild.
Yeah, it is. All right. Well, anyway, it is 101. And we're going to do a little bit on crypto. Okay. Dre's new to this. He doesn't have time for this. And it's just that one of the things that Julie, when he interviewed us on the cryptocurrency, it is something that I didn't know how to get any education. I mean, there are a lot of YouTube videos, but you want to be directed in a way that is moral, legal, and ethical. And the company that we talked about with him is based in Wyoming.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an opportunity to learn while you earn. He's not going to be actively engaged in it, but we want to help him. And if the time ever comes around, but he is doing a little dabble. He put his big toe in the water.
See, the water cold or too hot.
Yeah, yeah, you know.
It's lukewarm right
Yeah,
now.
right
lukewarm.
now. So we're in the middle. We're kind of on the fence, but Julie and I are with World Crypto Life. It is learn while you earn, and also get in where you fit in. Because a lot of people right now don't understand the opportunity of crypto, and a lot of people, like the people that I'm working with, didn't have the availability or know where to get the correct information, because it's 10 years old, 11 years old, and there's a learning curve involved with everything.
Right.
Okay? And sometimes when you get the wrong information, it'll squelch whatever you would have wanted to do or could have done, because we all have had that happen to us in life. But we want it to be a good experience. We have Bitcoin Brandon, his name is Brandon Ivy, that actually has his modules and his teaching on cryptocurrency in universities. So he's accredited and he has a great following. But it's just called World Crypto Life. You can go to his website, DreMontez.com.
Yes.
And if you're interested, just let him know. He's got 2 assistants.
I can point you to them. They will show you the right way. But if you just on edge about it, I'm invested. I'm invested. But again, I'm learning as well too. I'm trying to get in where I fit in as well. But Julie and Carla can really, really expand upon that, and I'm getting to that point hopefully real soon.
And because we don't want to take away from everything, all the amazing qualities and a character that he has, because I understand passion, and I totally respect that. You know, it's just that even a little, if you got into Bitcoin at the beginning with $100 or $500, you would be amazingly wealthy.
Right.
Okay, so I got in when the token was 25 cents. It's up to 40 cents now.
Wow.
Okay? And that was in April. Believe it or not, we help each other. It's a referral based business. It's not that MLM stuff. I mean, Cash App. If you refer a person to Cash App, do you know when I started using my Cash App, if I sent a referral to Cash App,
It was $5.
I got $5.
Yeah, now it's like
30 bucks.
$30 now. Wow.
30 bucks.
Wow.
Okay. So just that analogy, fast forward in the crypto industry, because we greatly appreciate referrals and people coming into the business. People can come in, they don't have to do a dang thing. They can just buy their crypto, sit there, and not only watch the price of the token come up, but we have another way that the company pays you. So you make money two different ways. So you don't have to do anything.
It's
But
like
if-
that old formula used to tell us: you always want your money. You want to make money while you sleep.
Oh,
This
honey,
is truly it now.
we
in
have
more
to
forms
make-
than one.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what it is. But I just wanted to tell everybody that that is an option, and it's something that is new, and we're going to work with him together. Julie is an amazing lady. She's the first lady of Soulard.
That's a title too. That's
It
a
is.
title.
It's official. But we will be glad to help you, and we'll see. I mean, we're all works in progress. Everything we're doing is hopefully to get better and improve. But
Yeah.
you know, and I love learning. I just want to share. I want to share with the good people I know that have their own businesses and their own shows. Get more people to listen to you and talk to you and come to you and enjoy you, and help the small business owners that we support in our area.
Yeah, that's the one thing about podcasting and AM radio has really opened up the door to is the conversation with people. You know, it's sometimes it's not always about sports in the business. It's about the path to that got them there, the negative, the positive, the learning curve, the give back moment, the teach back moment. It's those little intricacies that I like about when I meet people and bring them on the show, or we're talking after the show, or even a possibility down the road. That's the stuff I want people to hear.
Right.
And that's what's been so fun about it to me.
That's why I wanted you here,
Ah, thank you, Carla. Thank
because I've enjoyed every minute of it, and it's just amazing, just to talk.
you. Yeah.
Okay, enjoying and hope. And I do believe that when this is heard, somebody out there needed to hear something that you and I were talking about.
All right. Get them through the day.
Yeah.
It's like that song. You just the soap ran out as you're washing your hair. Your last dry towel is not as big as you thought it was.
Yeah.
Your shoestring broke on the way out the door. You're out of dog food. You don't have time to stop and get gas, but
Right.
you got enough time to get to work.
Right.
And you turn on the radio, you make the first light, and it's that song you need. Everything gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna be all right.
That's one of my favorite songs by Patti LaBelle. New Attitude. I
Oh,
have
yeah.
it. You know, it's like, and we ain't gonna take it by Twisted Sister. Everybody's like, crazy? What are you doing? I go, well,
That's a great video.
Yeah, it is. I love that video. But anyway, so I want to thank everybody for being here. I hope you have a very blessed day, weekend. And remember, the power of the universe is within you. It's got to be positive, because I don't want to know you if it's not. I had enough of the icky people in my life. Thank you very much.
Yeah, they gotta go.
You know, it's up to here. If you can't see me, but up to here.
All right, all right.
So thank you. Have a great day, and hopefully we can get together somewhere, sometime, someplace again, and do another podcast.
Sure.
I mean, there you go, buddy. Thank you. And now, I guess I'll just do my little attitude's got to change, you know. You know. Right? Right. Now let's see if I can do this right. I'm not doing it right? Thank you. Play. Here. All right, I got it. Here.
No, that's mute. The one, the same one as last time. No,
Up here. Where?
no, down, right there. Play,
I don't want Twisted Sister.
play. All right, there you go. All right.
I can't help it.
You're gonna one of these years. I mean, days.
No, it probably. I've been working with him for years. Okay, I can't help it. It is what it is, right? Oh well, it could be worse.